Once upon a time, in a peaceful hermitage nestled in the hills, a young man named John lived under the guidance of a wise and experienced master. John had always struggled with one thing: laziness. No matter what tasks he had, he would always delay them, telling himself, "I'll do it tomorrow." And then, tomorrow would come, and he'd say the same thing, "I'll do it the day after." John was a bright young man, but his constant procrastination led to frustration. He had fallen behind the other students in the Gurukul, the school where they studied. Every day, he would fall farther behind, and yet, he never seemed to learn his lesson. The more he delayed, the more overwhelmed he became, and the more regret he felt. His laziness had made him miss many opportunities. The master had watched all of this quietly, understanding that John needed a lesson that would help him change. One day, the master decided that it was time to teach John a valuable life lesson that would stay with him forever. The master called John to him and said, "Come here, John. I want to give you something important. It's a gift, but also a test." He then handed John a black stone. "This is not just any stone," the master continued. "This is a philosopher's stone, one that holds great power. If you rub it against any iron, the iron will turn into gold. With this stone, you can turn as much iron into gold as you want." John's eyes widened in amazement. "But master, why are you giving me this?" he asked. The master smiled and replied, "I am giving it to you because you have a great opportunity ahead of you. You have all day until tomorrow evening to use this stone and create as much gold as you need. But remember, you must use your time wisely. I will return by tomorrow evening to collect the stone. You can keep it until then." John, overwhelmed with excitement, felt as if his life had suddenly changed. Gold. I can become rich, he thought. I'll use this stone to create everything I've ever dreamed of. The master looked at him for a moment, then added, "Remember, you have until tomorrow evening. Use your time wisely." With that, the master left, leaving John alone with the stone. John was now filled with excitement and anticipation. But then, as he looked at the stone, he realized something. "I need to gather iron to turn it into gold," he thought. "But I don't have enough iron with me right now. I should go to the market tomorrow and buy a lot of scrap iron." As evening fell, John suddenly felt hungry. "I'll eat now and rest. Tomorrow, I'll go to the market early and buy all the iron I need," he thought. So, he ate his dinner and went to bed, dreaming of the fortune he would have the next day. The following morning, John woke up with a sense of excitement. Today is the day, he thought. He knew he had plenty of time before the evening, so he decided to eat breakfast first. "Once I eat, I'll head straight to the market," he said to himself. However, as he finished his breakfast, a sense of drowsiness came over him. "I've got all day," he thought. "I'm sure I can take a short nap first, and then I'll go to the market." With that, he lay down to rest. But soon, he fell into a deep sleep, dreaming of all the gold he would soon have. By the time he woke up, the sun was already beginning to set. Panicking, John jumped out of bed and rushed outside. "I need to go to the market and buy the iron," he thought. "I still have time." But just as he stepped outside, he saw his master standing at the door. The master had returned early and was holding the black stone in his hand. John froze. "Master, you're back already?" he asked in shock. The master nodded. "Yes, John. Your time is up. I came to collect the stone." John was stunned. "But master, I need just a little more time. I can still go to the market and get the iron. I promise I'll use it wisely." The master shook his head. "You had an entire day, John. 24 hours. You could have turned as much iron into gold as you wanted. But instead of using your time wisely, you wasted it, first eating, then resting, then napping. You didn't even go to the market to buy the iron. Time has passed, and you did nothing." As we reflect on this story, we can see how often we too let opportunities slip by. We delay tasks, thinking we have all the time in the world. But the truth is, time never waits for anyone. Tomorrow never truly comes, it's always today. And if we don't act today, we might miss out on the things that matter most. Just like John, we all have the power to make the most of our time. But it's up to us to recognize that opportunity and use our time wisely. The clock keeps ticking, whether we're ready or not. So, remember, never put off until tomorrow what you can do today. Time is one thing that once gone, can never be regained. Use it wisely, for it's the most precious resource you have.